What's up and welcome back to Miles Apart. Hello, Matthew. How are you doing?
Shalom. I'm doing well.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great. I'm a bit tired. I am back from my vacation with my roommate from Marbella in España. So it's been a long, rough day.
Was it the best trip of your life?
No, because every trip is different. Guess what? No, it was unexpectedly a fantastic trip in many different ways because it was such a untypical trip for me, because basically what we did is we would sleep in till like 10, then I had to do some work in the morning, then we ate breakfast at like 12. So like in Spain everything is like a little bit pushed, like, because usually it's so warm in the summer, you don't eat dinner at like 6 p.m. You eat dinner at like 8 to like 10 p.m. in between these times. So you start breakfast at 12, then you eat lunch at like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, or as we did on the second day at 4, and then you eat dinner at 9. And we usually never left the apartment till like 2 or 3.
Wow.
And then the days were pretty much always the same. Go to the beach, play like, the paddle beach thingy, you know what I'm talking about?
What?
I don't know, maybe it's called beach ball. It's like you have like these two like kind of like tennis rackets. I don't know how you
Racket,
call that.
yeah.
But you have like they're made out of wood, and you have like this rubber ball, and you just play kind of like tennis at the beach. Pretty cool.
But it's just like in the air.
Yes, it can't.
Like it
it
doesn't.
shouldn't,
It
shouldn't
can't bounce
fall
on the ground.
No. So we played that for like every day for like an hour, 1 hour and a half, and then we swam a little bit in the ocean, and then it was too sunny for us, and then we would go back to so like their apartment is like it's like a, I don't know, it's a massive building with like 2 big ass swimming pools in the middle with like a nice garden. So then we would jump into the pool, swim there, hang out there, and then we go upstairs to the apartment and start drinking.
It's a hard life.
Man, it was rough. It was very difficult. And I did work out every day in the mornings, so I was kind of proud of myself.
I was gonna say it doesn't sound like your type of vacation to like stay in the apartment until 2, but if you're still working out, I guess it's like fine.
Well, the thing is, I had to do some stuff for uni, and since we were in such a lazy mood, it took me so much more time to get the same stuff done that I would usually be done within like a day or so at home. But then I did my workouts, and you eat breakfast, and then afterwards you're tired. So you need to chill another hour or 2. But yeah, man, it was, I don't know, it's like we were talking about this. So I went with my roommate, and usually I get tired of people. But my roommate, like, we live together, we hang out most of the time, and we go out on the weekends, we go skiing, we do so much stuff together, and now we decided to go on a trip together. There was no argument. Not a single second was there like a chance of an argument. And then we flew. So I said rough day because we had to wake up at 3:45 a.m., catch our flight at 6 a.m., landed in Zurich at 9 a.m., then drove to the mountains. And then because I felt like I hadn't gotten enough exercise today, I went on a run, and here I am now recording with you. What was I going to say? Yeah, I'm also kind of like tired, so that's why I might lose my ideas here and there. But yeah, so like there was no argument, and so like we drove here, and it's like it's super chill.
I mean, that's nice to have. Like, most people, their living situation, their roommates and stuff isn't the greatest. So,
Mm-mm. No.
if or when you guys aren't living together, do you think that you'll still be close?
Oh, we talked about this the other day, and we're like, maybe we just have to rent a house together, and both our families live in the same house, or we need to be neighbors, because at this point we're so used to like, I mean, we've been living together for the last 2 years, and honestly, I think the only reason why we wouldn't live together anymore is because one of us wants to live with their girlfriends.
Yeah.
So who knows? I don't see that happening right now, but you never know what's going to happen in life.
I could see you guys being neighbors and you both like wake up and go drink a coffee outside or something, and you guys like look over and you're just like, hey.
Well, I don't know if we would just say hey. I think we would just like yell some stupid stuff, because I feel like my intelligence level has been dropping significantly when we hang out with each other. Like there's like, yes, we have our intellectual little conversations here and there, and we can be serious, but most of the time it's like so like whenever one of us calls each other, like calls the other one, instead of saying like hi, we're like, what do you want? But like we say it in a super aggressive way. Or this one time he kind of like established this joke that he would, every time he would ask me, he's like, so when are you going home? And I'm like, I am at home. And he's like, no, you live with your parents, leave my apartment. So it's like this very rough type of like talking to each other, but it's fun. It's really fun.
Mm. It's so cute.
It's adorable, man. So we also, this might be also my very, very early hack in this episode. I found out that if you have an Apple Watch, you can take pictures through your phone, but you can like, how do you say that? Control your phone through the Apple Watch. And so we were like, let's take roommate pictures while we're on vacation. And they're like the dumbest and nastiest images. So it was just us posing on the terrace from the apartment, holding a can of beer and having a cigarette in our mouths. Yeah, this vacation was could have been healthier.
It's an unhealthy, healthy vacation.
Yes. But we also decided today in the car that we do not want to have any sort of alcohol close to us in the next couple of days. We've had enough. Like we were never like drunk out of like our minds, but it's just like when you drink constantly for 5 days, at some point you're like, enough. I cannot do it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, if I drink 2 days in a row, I'm like, I need to lay down.
Man, so the best is like, so we flew Wednesday last week. And our flight was like at 10. And this sounds very gross, but so in Europe, you have smoker lounges in the airports.
Mm-hmm.
So we get to an airport and we're like, let's have a cigarette in one of those lounges just because we can. The nastiest thing you could do.
Mm-hmm.
Then we fly there. Also, a little side note, my roommate has a Nintendo Switch, and he just discovered Zelda.
Oh my god, that game is so sick.
Man, he's addicted to it. He plays it 24/7.
Yeah. The new one?
Yes, the most recent one, I think.
Yeah.
And so I'm reading like a newspaper, which is like with like historical facts about like how Germany was rebuilt after the Second World War, and I'm like trying to be like, smart. And he's just like straight up playing Zelda, and every time I look over, he loses, and all I see is like game over. He gets so mad in the airplane. He's like, "Fuck this! I hate this. This is so much like what the hell is going on?" And then we land, and then so we had rented a car, which was nice. And so what you need to know about driving in Spain is, you know how you have like speed limits in on like highways, and like in
No.
most countries around the world, it means that you have to follow that speed limit, right?
Mm-hmm.
In Spain, it feels like it's a decoration of the highway. So when they say 80 kilometers an hour, no one actually drives 80 kilometers an hour. Like, or when you're like on a highway and has two lanes, you are not allowed to overtake on the right side and then go back to the left lane.
Mm-hmm.
Like in Switzerland, if you do that, your permit is like your driver's license is gone for a while. In Spain, it's a common thing. Like people just like overtake left and right. So it's kind of like fun, but it's also like you need to like this. And so we're sitting in the car, and then at first we started listening to techno. After like 5 minutes, I'm like, let's like, change music styles. And have you watched Narcos, like on Netflix?
No.
So they use like a lot of like Colombian and like Spanish music, like this very like, I don't know, when you think of like Mexico and like Colombia, it's like that type of music.
Like
And
Latin
then
America.
Yes. Latin America, South America, that type of like vibe. And then we created a playlist and only listened to that type of music for like the entire trip. And then we got to the apartment, and so his sister, my roommate's sister, was also in Marbella in the apartment, and she had like invited a friend, and they only like they left the next day. But so we had the afternoon together in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
And so we arrive in the apartment, and I'm just like stunned by the views, because like they have this massive terrace, and you see the ocean, and it's just like palm trees everywhere. It's like you're like, wow, this is heaven. And I'm like, all right, let's have a beer and a cigarette. At like 1 or 2 p.m.
Nice.
Yeah, and then we went swimming to the pool, brought a bottle of white wine after we had like 2 beers in the apartment, drank at the pool, then we made like Aperol spritz in the apartment, went eating at the beach, drank more, came back, drank more. That kind of like set the mood.
It's open container in Spain, right?
Everywhere but the US.
Sad.
Man, it doesn't make sense.
I actually did drink at the beach this weekend,
Damn.
which is crazy for me.
Damn. Where's that courage coming from?
Candace and I were going to a concert. You know Ed Sheeran.
Get your ass out of here. No. No.
So Candace's favorite artist is Ed Sheeran. Like
Oh,
knows
no.
all the songs, all this stuff, and I'm like, I need to have a drink in me before we go to this concert.
You need a bunch of drinks.
Yeah. So we had Aperol spritz too. But
Hell yeah.
we were just sitting on the beach, probably like an hour before we went. And we were just chilling, and then we went to the concert and drank some more. But it was a fun
So,
time.
funny you would say, a guy from my photography class from Chicago, he's the I think like personal photographer of like a rapper, and his name is Rocky Fresh. And they also went to the concert. And then I saw in his story that they were chilling with Ed Sheeran after a concert in that lounge.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's insane.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, hope you enjoyed the show.
So every single concert that he has in every single city, beforehand or after he'll post on social media, "I'm going here. Anyone want to hang out?" So he posted on his story on Instagram or something, going to Wiener Circle in
Yes, I saw
Chicago.
that. Yes.
But Candace was like, "Oh, should we go?" And I was like, "No. I mean, unless you really want to go. I don't really need to go in a Wiener Circle. And she was like, no, I don't need to go. But it would have been funny. But she showed me a video of after his concert. I can't remember where he went to. He went to the karaoke bar where he used to go all the time, and he was like singing karaoke with just like a bunch of random people and just handing out drinks and stuff for free. It's kind of cool.
Respect. I got respect for that guy now. But still just not my type of music, so sorry if I offended someone with my reaction, but that's not my vibe.
I'm so offended.
I'm more into like Latin and South American music nowadays.
I actually do really like Latin music.
Man, it's fun. It's really like, it's a good vibe.
It just makes you want to dance and have a good time, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. You could say that. Definitely fun. Have you seen Oppenheimer or Barbie? The two big new movies.
You know what's funny? You literally asked me that last podcast.
Well, like I said, I'm a bit tired. Like before when we're driving up the mountains, for a second I was like, what did we do today? I just forgot what this day was, and suddenly I'm like, oh yes, we started in Spain and now we're in the mountains.
It is crazy that you go from the ocean in Spain and you're just randomly in the Alps now.
Oh, it was hilarious because like we were laughing because our Instagram stories, I don't know if they're still like that right now, but like if you look at them, it's like us at the beach, walking to a restaurant, drinking sangria in a restaurant, walking back, all like captured. And then it's us driving through the mountains, us in the mountains. And we're like, yep, from one extreme to another extreme.
Living the life.
Man, I cannot complain. I really cannot complain. But so today in the plane, the plane was supposed to leave at 6:30 a.m. and I had my AirPods on noise canceling, so I couldn't hear anything. But suddenly I was like, plane is not moving, even though they just said when we boarded, they're like that it's complete, like we're leaving early and all that. And I'm like, why are we not moving? So I switch into like transparency mode, and I hear the captain actually saying that for some reason they like a bag from a different plane landed in that plane, which made zero sense, but I'm like, okay. And they have to like dig it out, whatnot. And I hear this lady next to us, and she's like, so we flew with Swiss Airlines. It's called Swiss, but like, and she's like, I'm never going to trust this company again. They're full of shit. It always happens like this. What the fuck is going on? And I'm like, man, chill. Like, it's like a 10-minute delay. Like, nothing's going to happen. Like, what's 10 minutes of your life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when we landed, so you know how like the signs of like that you can like unbuckle, should switch off and then you should stand up when you arrive.
She
and
just
you know how
immediately
like
got up.
yes, and most of the people get up before that. And I already had like taken off my headphones, and then I hear her, and she's like, all these people standing up so early, like, what the fuck? Like, are you so stressed? And I'm like, what is your problem? Why are you complaining the entire time? Like, every time I can hear you, I'm like, the hell?
Some people just live their lives and honestly kind of like to complain.
I've been there. I've done that. Yes. But still, it's like, why? Like,
No, I know.
Sense.
I'm saying like some people are just complainers. That it's so funny to me that people, let's say a flight is delayed, and they'll just get so mad and go off on the attendant working the front desk at the flight. And it's like, what do they have to say? They have nothing to say. They literally just are reading it off of whatever message they get. Like, they have no control.
Yeah, I'm always sorry for the people who like work in like the customer service.
'Cause like
it's
That's
out
the
of their
worst job
hands.
ever.
Yeah, I would never want to do that. There's no way.
I'd rather be a garbage man
Yeah.
than be customer service at an airport.
Man, in the newspaper I work for, we have this one lady who's like customer service, and she gets emails and phone calls. And like I'm kind of tight with her, so like sometimes I'll like have a coffee with her, and I'm like, so like, how are the people? And she's like, the shit she heard about. Like sometimes people will call her and be like, why is there so much crap going on in the world? And she's like, that's not my fault. Like, what am I supposed to do about this? And you're like mind baffled, and like then stuff that readers send to us, and you're like, then just don't read it. If you don't like it, don't read it.
People just like to. I don't even know. They have nothing better to do. It's like, why don't you just go live your life?
Yeah. Another thing that I kind of noticed, I'm so sorry, I'm just jumping from thoughts to thoughts. Today's like, it's the only thing I can offer you guys today. I was kind of like laughing, so maybe I'm kind of like I have a lot of travel experience. I'm like used to the entire like situation, and I don't get too stressed anymore. Like, yes, there are certain things that I want to do that way, and if I can't do it that way, I get nervous. But then I see people like they wear like adventure clothing when they fly, and I'm like, the hell are you doing? Like, you're not going on a hike, you're just sitting into a chair. And then you have people like walking around in sweatpants for like a 1 hour or 2 hour flight, and I'm like, what? Or like you have people like, we were discussing this. We both brought these like North Face bags, you know, that you can like
duffel bag.
like, yes. And like when you go on a 5-day, 6-day trip, that's completely enough. You don't need more than that. But then you see people with 2 suitcases. Like, yes, I don't know how long they stayed there, but you see them with 2 suitcases, and I'm like, what on earth did you bring?
Yeah, I remember growing up, my family was like that. Every single time you go on vacation, no matter how long you go, you need to have a new pair of like clothes for each day and everything. And now I'm just totally opposite. I need to see if I can fit everything in a book bag, and that's it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like, I like took minimum amount of stuff with me, and I didn't even use half of it, because like I was never wearing a shirt, because like in the morning at the apartment didn't care. At the beach, I'm not gonna walk there with a shirt. Might as well tan. And like, yes, in the evenings, obviously I was wearing like button downs to try to be a bit more classy. But, like, I brought socks. And why did I bring socks to go to the beach? I'm like a dumbass. How many times did I wear socks? Twice. I was even debating on bringing long pants. Man, I'm happy I didn't do that, because it was so warm. There's no need.
What was the temperature in Celsius, obviously?
So it was kind of chilly-ish for Spain, but it was great for us. It was like between days
37?
would start at 24 degrees.
Mm.
And then maximum we had was yesterday with 30 degrees.
Well, that's not too bad.
Man, it was perfect. It was amazing, because like hotter than that, I hate it. Then I can't be there anymore.
Yeah. That's when you're on the beach and you're just like, I can't even sit here. I need to leave.
Well, I'm also like, we never, like, respect to the people who like doing that, but when I go to the beach, it's either to go surf or like to do an activity there. But like, I'm jumping into the water, I'm doing the activity, and after that, I'm leaving. I'm going somewhere else. I cannot be staying at the beach for 5 hours for 2 reasons. I get bored, and after that, I look like a damn tomato, and I'm not trying to do that. So it's very easy.
So speaking of packing too much stuff, did you actually bring those exercise bands and use them?
Yes, I did. Well, of course, I didn't, like, I didn't do the same type of workout that I like. It wasn't as intense as it would be at home because like we woke up a bit tired and like we had alcohol in our system, so like naturally you're a bit tired. But I would say I definitely worked out every day like a good half an hour, 40 minutes,
Mm.
which is not like usually I'm like averaging an hour to 2 hours, so it's not great, but it's okay. The one thing that kind of like I didn't like, so I usually average 1,300 or 1,000, yeah, 1,300, 1,500 of like burnt active calories a day.
Mm.
And this week I didn't even touch 1,000 on a single day. So my Apple Watch has been telling me every day, you need to move more. And I'm like, yes, chill. I'm here on a vacation, man.
Basically just telling you you're fat.
Oh, I've definitely, in my opinion, I've gained lots of weight. So, what's up with you? What have you been doing since we last recorded, besides going to Ed Sheeran's concert?
Mainly just worked and worked out. I'm currently making a YouTube video. So that just takes a long time. It's really annoying, actually.
What type of YouTube video?
Just like my shoemaking videos, but I'm trying to transition more into YouTube, so
Mm-hmm.
it just takes so long to edit a YouTube video. My God. I would pump out a video for Instagram or TikTok in like 30 minutes.
Yeah,
And I'm
that shit
just
is easy.
I'm just sitting here on YouTube for hours. Shit, I'm only on 3 minutes and I have so much left to go and I'm like, fuck.
Welcome to my job.
It's so ass. It's like I actually have to like include an actual like plot to this story. I can't just throw a video up on Shorts and just have it do well.
Yeah, it's a different one, huh? And then you have to use B-roll, A-roll, C-roll, all of that good stuff. Nice transitions, good music. Yeah, I don't know. Like, people forget how, like, Instagram and, like, TikTok videos are easy to make. They're, like, it's pretty, like, yeah, it's really easy. But, like, YouTube and, like, other formats are, like, so much more demanding. And that's the difference that I think a lot of people just don't understand.
Well, I think majority of people have never made a video, so they just watch videos and are like, oh, this video is great or this video is shit. And it's like, well, actually someone took probably at least 10 hours trying to make this video or something.
I mean, so there's one YouTuber I follow. His name is MKBHD, Marquise Brownlee. Brownlee? Yeah, Brownlee. I don't know.
I've never heard of him.
Really? He's like this very unknown YouTuber. Happens to have like, I don't even know how many millions, like 14 million subscribers. He's got to be like one of the biggest on YouTube. I think he's definitely the biggest tech YouTuber out there.
Yeah, 100%.
But he has like an entire studio crew with like so many different people doing like one specific thing. Like they just hired one guy whose only job is to check audio. And at first you're like, no way. But then you're like, no, but like the production that like the effort they put in those videos, it's like it's not the same as like recording this podcast or like a TikTok video. Like this is like serious stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's the real deal.
Yeah, it's insane. That would be a dream, man.
I mean, if you're into tech and you're doing tech reviews, you really have to make sure your videos are like the next level.
Yeah, but it's like, so I didn't think about it, but he gets so many offers from companies to like make a video about their products. And I don't know if you saw that video, but like for 1 month or so, he just said yes to all the people, all the companies or like people who reached out. And he reviewed some like weird ass shit where you like this one thing is like a coffin and it has like all these cool ass like amenities. And he's like, Man, if I'm dead, the hell do I care about that? And it's like, you realize how much work that is. Like, you have to go through all these products, like decide, is it worth it or is it not worth it? Do the research, and like, then you have to decide, are you going to be super specific about like all the tech stuff, or are you just going to like be vague and be like, it's 2 times faster? Like, I don't know, it's insane. Like, at first I didn't see it, but ever since I've been working in like video as well, it's like you start to realize, and then you look at the production, like just the intros they do, it takes them so much time.
What's crazy to me is how good he is and other people are. Can you hear me?
Yeah. What do you mean? Like, how do you mean how good?
Like, I was trying to finish a sentence. It's crazy how good he is at, like, speaking a full sentence with all these different, like, things and he needs to say and stuff, you know? It's just, like, hard to have a full sentence. I don't know. With all these, like, terms and shit.
Well, it's scripted, and they also have a screen behind the camera.
Oh, he does prompts?
Yes. Well, I don't know if he does that every time, but there's moments where I thought that I saw it. I'm not, like, I don't know if I'm not there when they film, so I couldn't tell you, but I feel like I've seen him once read from a prompt.
You saw it in his eyes?
Mm-hmm. I thought I did.
You're like deeply analyzing all of his videos. You're like,
man, I'm
diehard fan.
Man, I'm like a diehard. Like, I watch his main channel, I watch his studio channel, I watch his autofocus channel where he just reviews cars. I listen to his podcast. I follow him on like every damn platform there is. Like, I love this. Like, the entire crew, like everyone in that office. I love everything what they do. It's just like, I don't know, it's just cool what they do. It's like, I mean, I'm also super interested in tech, so it makes sense, but it's like, I don't know, whenever I need a new product and I'm not sure, I'm like, hey, MKBHD, what's your thought on that? And then I'm like, all right, I'll probably get it.
What if he offered you a job?
Oh, instantly. No question. Like, even if it would be, hey, do you want to make coffee? Yes. Yes, I'll make as much coffee as you want. I'll bring you water as well.
He's probably like not too much older than you.
Yeah, I don't. No, not too much, but I think he's in his he's 30 or something.
Is he? I thought he would be like 27, 28. I don't know. He looks young.
I don't know. I'm not sure. It's insane when you look at like very old vlogs or like videos of him like recording himself in like his dorm or like at home when like no one was doing this stuff, and now like I like how like he kept the same style to it, but it's insane like to see the transition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's cool. He's your equivalent to my Casey Neistat.
Yes, but I wouldn't get his name tattooed.
I didn't get Casey Neistat's name tattooed.
Yeah, but you got to do more. That's like Casey's slogan.
Okay, well, yeah.
You have a hoodie. You have a hoodie from Casey. I don't have an MKBHD hoodie.
Okay, well, what does that have to do with anything?
I don't know. I was about to add yet. Might change soon.
I'm honestly surprised you haven't bought like anything he owns, or he's selling, I mean.
Well, I've bought a lot of stuff because of his reviews. Let me tell you that. It's one of the biggest problems I have because I love his videos. And then he's like, for instance, the headphones I'm using right now, the AirPods Max. For all the listeners who don't know what that is, it is, once again, Apple showed that they know people are so stupid that they can literally do whatever they want and people will buy it. Their headphones are made out of metal, so they're a bit more heavy. They don't have a case. You can't fold them. There's no aux cable. But they're great. They're honestly best sound quality I've ever had. And so the Sonys you're using, I think they're like 300 or 350. AirPods Max come at $600 retail price. But
That's
I watched
so
this,
crazy.
I know, but like they came out and I was like, yeah, I'm never going to buy them. And then he made a video about them and I just lost my overhead headphones. And I'm watching it and I'm like, I kind of need overhead. And then like he's like, it's the best noise canceling I've ever had in my life. And the sound quality is great. And it's like, if you were in the Apple's ecosystem, it just makes sense. And I'm like, all right, I get it. I'll just buy them.
I remember, I can't remember how long ago. It was around the time you bought those headphones or something. You were just like getting everything. I want an iPad. I want a laptop. I want a sound system for the apartment. I don't even know.
Man, I forbid myself from going to certain stores. Like IKEA, I cannot go there anymore. It is a danger zone for me and my wallet. Man, I'm telling you, like, I love furniture. It's really bad. Or like lamps. As soon as I found out that you can make a lamp smart and control it for your phone, that's a danger zone. And with like Apple, I think my biggest... So growing up, I always had Apple products, but I had like the normal stuff. I had like a phone and like I had the computer, but I didn't have like everything. But once I started to earn my own money, I was like, let me just get everything I wasn't allowed to get when I was younger. So that's what happened for a year. And then I was like, hey, I have a new apartment. Now I can buy furniture. And now I'm like, all right, enough. I am an idiot and I need to stop doing this. So I've been very good lately and I do not buy stuff anymore.
What's your big splurge though?
Like my big spending?
Yeah.
Going out. And we talked about this with my roommate. We're enablers for spending money when we are intoxicated. It's like we'll go to a club and like usually at some point I'm like, I just want to drink beer because it's much cheaper. But when we're hanging out, the two of us, we're like, let's get fancy drinks. And then like when we go out very long, we're like, let's get some food. And then let's take an Uber, which is super expensive in Switzerland. And you could take public transport, but we're like, no, we don't want to wait. We'll take it. It's great. Like, I don't mind, but it's just like, it's too much sometimes.
Yeah, that's my problem with going out. It's like, you got to get there, and then you got to buy drinks, and then you're hungry, and then you got to come back. Mm-hmm. It all adds up.
Yeah, but honestly, I think it's better spending my money on going out with friends than just buying Apple stuff or IKEA furniture or furniture in general.
100%.
I'm not just... So, I mean, I did that, so now I have everything. I don't need anything anymore. Yes, I still have some idiotic ideas sometimes, but I have to remind myself that I don't need anything anymore.
You know what's crazy? I've came to visit you 5 times maybe. I have no idea how many times. I've never gone to a club in Switzerland.
Yo, that's true. We've been to outdoor raves. We've been to bars. That is true. What the hell?
Yeah, so weird.
This year probably will not happen because we're in the mountains.
Although, I don't know if it's going to happen, but I would love to come in the winter.
Sign me up, man. Sign me up.
I don't know when.
You'll fly to Zurich. We'll go to a club. And then the next day we'll drive to the mountains.
Just to get the club in.
Oh, and it's... Oh, my God. I have to bet... Oh, God. So, I've always... When I'm with friends, you know me, I can become an idiot, but like in a good way. I'm not like annoying others. I'm just annoying my friends. And we went to this concert a couple of weeks ago with my roommate and one of my other best friends, and Zenon. And so my roommate Gianmarco tries to take pictures and videos, and I would either hold my hand in front of his phone so he couldn't see anything, or I would legit just like take his phone away while he's filming. Or, you know, like when you're filming on an iPhone and like when you're filming, you have like the 0.5x, the 1x, 2x. I would just start hitting all the different buttons. So when you're looking at the video, it just like zooms in, zooms out for no reason. Makes no sense whatsoever. And this is pretty new. That's been really annoying. And I want to say 2 weeks ago, I went out with Zenon to this club. And he kind of like talked me into it. I was like ready to go home, and he's like, no, we have to go out. And I'm like, all right. And we go there and we start dancing like absolute fools. Like we're like not even thinking about that. Like, you know, the thought process that there's other people looking at you is just like gone at this point. So I'm like literally dancing like an absolute dumbass on purpose. And then there's, for some reason, I don't know why, this one club, they have one toilet, one bathroom for both genders, with 4 cabins in it, like 4 stools. We're going at the same time to the toilet, but like each in their own cabin. And Zenon has nothing better to do to start throwing toilet paper into my cabin. And then I had gone out and he didn't realize that, so he still threw toilet paper. There was a girl in there, and suddenly I hear her scream, be like, "What is this?" And I'm just funny. Like, and I'm laughing so hard. And then he comes out and he's like, "Wait, you're not in there?" And I'm like, "Nope, I haven't been there in like a minute or two."
That's funny.
And then like we're just joking around, like, and there's like people actually being super serious in these clubs, like because they enjoy the music and like they're like, "This is the greatest night ever." And then you have these 2 buffoons who are just like not taking things seriously at all. And then we buy drinks, and I was so talented that night that twice in a row I had a drink in my hand, had 1 sip, and I just let it go.
You dropped it?
Yeah, just dropped it.
That's terrible.
It's terrible, but I don't know why. I love doing that nowadays. Just being an absolute idiot when I go out.
Dancing is like, really stupidly, is just the best thing to do when you go out. It's so fun.
Oh,
the one thing that sucks, and I don't know if she'll listen to this or not, but my girlfriend, she doesn't like me to, like, when I'm dancing funny and embarrassing her, she feels really embarrassed, so she's like tells me to stop. So I can't do it, but it's so fun.
Ugh. But that's the best.
I know, right?
I'll never forget the first rave I brought you to. You were kind of like, you had this like look on your face. You're like, what is happening? Where am I? What is going on? And then that was like a rave in the afternoon. And then we went to a second rave in the evening. And then you were like, I know what I'm doing. And then you start dancing.
I learned that I like raves.
It's the only thing I don't like is, well, one reason is kind of on me. I usually get really drunk at some point. I could also not drink, but it's just more fun, I guess. And all my friends are drinking, so might as well. And then the other thing is like, you always stay out super late. You always come home at like 4 or 5 a.m. And at some point I'm like, And the other big problem is that all my friends either smoke cigarettes on a daily basis or when we go out and we start drinking alcohol. So we're all just smoking cigarettes like absolute idiots the entire night. And the next day you wake up and you're like, well, might as well throw my lungs away. They're not here anymore.
That's how I feel like when I come to visit you. I'm like, whoa. After a week, I'm like, wow, my lungs feel like they're black.
Oh, so in Spain, so when we flew to Spain, in the duty free section, like you can buy these like big packs of cigarettes with like 20 packs in it. And I pointed out to my roommate, I'm like, should we just buy one because we know we're gonna smoke a lot? And he's like, no, that's too much. We land there, we have one pack. It's gone the first day, so the next day we have to get new cigarettes. And in Switzerland, you have like sometimes you have like some ugly images on it, and it says like smoking kills you. And in Spain, they had like these hilarious pictures. Like, yes, they were trying to shock you, but for us, we start roasting each other, and we're like, so this one image is like this guy holding his kid and like blowing smoke in the kid's face, and the kid is like looks like he's yelling at his dad, and then we're like, this is our lungs in the morning.
Literally.
Ugh. Yeah, we also decided after the second day that we need lung treatment after the vacation. Talking about being a great influence on people.
Yeah, everyone, whoever's listening, just go get a cigarette.
No, don't drink. Don't go out. Read a book. Go to sleep at 8. Only eat vegetables.
Hey, that's me.
Yeah. Yes.
You basically just described me. Only vegetables. I go to bed at like 9.
Yeah, well, haven't been doing that in the last couple of days. I usually also have this like routine when I go to bed. I love to watch Netflix in bed. I wasn't capable this week. It just didn't work.
You probably watched it when you woke up.
When I was what?
When you woke up.
In the morning, I hate watching stuff. Like, I'll be on my phone. Depending on the hangover I have, I'll be on my phone for a while. Like, there's sometimes these mornings when I wake up and I'm like, this is just not good. And then, like, I wake up on one side of my, like, I'll lay on my right side, and I'm like, maybe just, like, go to the other side. And as soon as I'm, like, moving, I'm like, nope, going back. This legit happened the first day. I'm like, ugh. I even told my roommate the first morning, I'm like, I'm never drinking alcohol anymore. And he's like, yes.
That's when you have to either just don't drink or you just drink another drink in the morning.
He did looked at me. He's like, you want a beer? And I'm like, there's no way I'm drinking a beer right now. Give me a couple of hours.
Irish coffee.
No. We got ibuprofen. After that, I felt great again.
Is that your life hack?
Yeah. Plus Gatorade or Powerade. That's the best combo.
You
And
just
lots
drop
of
all the
water.
ibuprofens in the Gatorade?
No, but like, I don't know why. Like, some people, when I tell them that, they're like, you take that? And I'm like, yes, when I'm hungover, it's like crucial. Otherwise, I'm just going to feel like shit the entire day.
Mm-hmm.
And with an ibuprofen, I feel like a newborn person.
Freshly born.
One other thing that I just thought about is, so I've been trying to like get my roommate to work out more for a while. At some point, I gave up because I was like, he doesn't want me to force him. That's just like, there's like some people who like need that, and there's people who like when you tell them to do something, they'll do the absolute opposite. I'm also kind of like that. It depends on what, but my roommate is in like that with sports. And then I don't know, like a day or two, we went to this like mall, and for some reason he's like, "Let me buy some new running shoes," and I'm like, "Yes." Yes. So he buys the same running shoes I have, and then he's like, I need new running shorts, and I'm like, yeah. And at some point he realizes, he's like, why am I doing this? After like spending 200 euros on like shoes and shorts, and I'm like, didn't think about that before.
No, he probably hasn't even used them.
No, he brought them here though, because they're the ones that Nike Pegasus Trail 3, the ones that I bought when I saw you. He bought the fourth, the newest model, pretty much the same. But they're apparently also, I mean, what I noticed, they are great for hiking. So he does not have any hiking shoes. He brought them.
Hmm.
I'm having a cramp in my foot. That's great.
Have an ibuprofen.
Oh, I don't know why. I sometimes have cramps in my feet. It's so weird.
Maybe you're dehydrated.
Ibuprofen, where are you?
Or a Gatorade.
No, I can't be drinking that the entire time. It's too much sugar in it.
Mm.
This episode has been a very interesting one. I'm so sorry to your listeners.
I honestly have no idea what we talked about.
Man, I forgot what I did in the morning, so come on.
You're basically like drunk off of no sleep.
Yeah, I did drink another coffee during this episode just to make sure that I'm not too tired, but I'm not sure if that really helped.
So right now, it's almost 7:00, right?
Where? Here?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So you're probably just gonna. Did you already eat dinner?
No, we're going to eat dinner and then watch a movie, but like do super chill evening, like no more efforts.
Oppenheimer.
Well, that movie is not available on Netflix or Disney.
I was kidding.
But if I would only watch Barbie. Come on. I'm
It's
a Barbie girl.
Barbenheimer.
Barbenheimer. No, I don't know. Barbie.
Barney.
No, I said Barmy. Barmy. No. Barbie is just not so intriguing for me. I don't know. I just don't feel the need that I have to watch this movie.
Candace is seeing it tonight, and she was like, you should really think about seeing it, because I heard it was so good that people were crying.
That's not an argument.
I don't think I need to see a movie about a doll that I never cared about in the first place.
That's what I'm saying. Is like, I mean, I get if you're a person who grew up with Barbies, of course you're going to be super excited about that movie. But I've never ever owned one. Why would I watch that movie? I mean, if it's really good, I might, but so far, no real reason.
It's like if I didn't like Pokemon and there was a new Pokemon movie, why would I want to go see a Pokemon movie,
Yeah. Hot take. Everyone should watch Star Wars, though, because that's the best.
Was Star Wars a comic before?
No.
So it wasn't a TV show before, right? It was just the movies?
George Lucas just created the thing. He's a genius.
I feel like at some point I need to go back and rewatch them, because I think I've seen majority of them, but I was little and I have no understanding of the plot at all, besides Darth Vader and there's bad guys versus good guys. I have no idea.
Okay, that plot, like there's bad guys and good guys, you're describing every freaking movie in this world.
Exactly. So it's like I have no idea.
I mean, look, if I watch one of these movies, I know exactly what's happening in every damn second of the movie. I know them by heart. Like,
is that your favorite?
Oh, I'm a Star Wars geek. I love Star Wars. And ever since Disney bought it, for me it's heaven. Even though, hot take, some people hate it because they think Disney is destroying it because they're pumping out TV shows and movies left and right. I think it's the greatest thing ever because I get to watch more stuff. Have you watched The Mandalorian?
I don't know. Man,
I've watched it probably 4 times. I started rewatching it today in the airplane. It is so like, if you hate Star Wars, don't watch it, obviously. But if you're somewhat intrigued and you've watched one movie and you're like, it's kind of fun, you should watch it. It's very different from the movies, but it follows that one character.
Boba Fett?
No, Mando. He's a Mandalorian. This
Oh
also
wait,
doesn't
the
make
guy. Is it the guy that like looks like a stormtrooper but he's green?
No, silver suit. Like this metal suit-ish type of thing.
He looks like he's like a bounty hunter or something, right?
Yes. And then he like finds Baby Yoda.
I never understood Baby Yoda. Like, what the hell is that?
Okay, so in Mandalorian, there's like this spoiler for everyone who has never watched it, but here you go. He finds this creature who looks like Yoda, and so everyone is like, "That's Baby Yoda," but actually his name is Grogu, and apparently he's not related to Yoda. But there's two thoughts that either because to my knowledge, Mandalorian plays before the movies. So maybe he's maybe a version of Yoda, but I don't think so. But I don't know. I don't think it's Yoda. I think it's just there's the same race of like creatures. But why it's so good is because Disney pumped. I mean, they have so much money. They pumped a lot of money into production, and usually use blue screens or green screens to film like all this stuff, like the Avengers or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And with this show, they build like, let's describe it as a dome with like enormous plasma screens, like super high resolution, like stuff you couldn't even buy. Mm-hmm. And they used like gaming VR effects with the cameras, so when they move, you have the feeling that they actually shot it there. And so they have this set, like it's a big ass room with like monitors on the sides and like on top, so they can like fake a sun, and like when he has this metal helmet on is so much better for like the way it looks. Yeah. And the actors actually like see the environment. It's not just like a green screen behind them.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like, I don't know. For me, it's just like one of the best shows ever. And like Disney's been doing a lot of different shows, like Obi-Wan. There's a new one coming out in a couple of weeks. I forgot the title. There's the Book of Boba Fett, which is great. Some people think that Star Wars number 7, 8, and 9 are not as good. I love them because the quality of like the effects are insane.
With the newer ones?
Yeah, I think the first ever Star Wars, like episode 1, is just shit. You should honestly skip it. That's my opinion. Like, yes, it's kind of important to understand who is like Anakin Skywalker, but I hate the movie.
There's only like a couple scenes that I remember, but there's this one scene where it's like Princess Leia or some chick is sleeping, and then there's like shades, and then something goes through the shades. There's like a spy or something.
Yeah. I think that's the third movie.
And then the one like good guy, they're like fighting, trying to find this assassin or something
second movie.
On the there's like cars flying.
Mm-hmm.
That's like all I know. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm mixing it up right now. I think that's the second. Yeah, that's the second movie because Anakin at that point is still younger, and it's not Princess Leia because she isn't even born yet.
Sorry.
She only she's only born at the end of the third movie.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So it not like in counting Star Wars movies, but also every single movie ever. What's your top movie?
Favorite movie from the entire Star Wars universe?
No, like ever. Like favorite movie in general.
Oof. Oh. It's difficult because like there's certain movies that I love because like I grew up with them, like Star Wars or Jurassic Park.
Barmy?
Oh yeah, best. Or like Lord of the Rings, but like there's movies that I think are, I don't know, I couldn't give you like a one movie.
There's okay. You're about to die, and they say you can only watch one movie.
Bruh. Okay, it's I would say Les Intouchables. What's the title? Like
Is that the kids show that they play about like somewhere in Switzerland? Is that what it
um
is?
I mean, no, they're in Austria, but I
Oh,
understand why you would think it's Switzerland. It's this movie about this like super rich white guy who's like paralyzed, and this black guy from like the ghetto in Paris
oh,
helping him out. It's this French movie. It's like such
yeah,
a
I know what you're talking
happy
about.
and like sad movie, but it's like in my opinion the best movie that I would maybe pick in that if I would die tomorrow and have one more movie to watch. What is that?
Hmm.
What is your favorite movie?
Easy. It's Django.
Unchained
Yeah,
has a really good movie.
it's just like has everything. It's funny, has a lot of action and gore. It's serious sometimes.
The topic
There's,
is horrible.
it's honestly hilarious.
No, but like the setting, like the historical setting, is not fun.
No, I know, but he flips it, so it's like back
I
in
see
the
it. Yeah.
you know, it's a western, but the lead is black, so that totally flips the game.
Yeah, it's true.
They
Do
say
you
the N
think
word like 270 times or something.
it's? Do you think that's Quentin Tarantino's best movie?
Yes,
Hmm.
personally. What do you think? Pulp Fiction?
I mean, that movie's so hyped. Yes, I think it's a great movie. I also think that Inglorious Bastards is an amazing
Mm-hmm.
movie. Um, Kill Bill
Reservoir
is
Dogs?
great, but I think there's better. Which one?
Reservoir Dogs?
That one's really good. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I thought that movie was just kind of slow for me.
So you just need lots of action.
Yeah. I will say my second favorite from him is The Hateful Eight.
I've never watched it.
What?
Yeah, I've never watched it.
Dude, you gotta watch that.
I might watch it today. Is it worth it?
Dude, it's like probably top five.
Damn. Have you ever watched All Quiet on the Western Front?
I feel like I've heard of it.
It came out last year, and the first original version came out, I don't know, in the 60s, 70s, something like that. It's like a super old movie. It's about the First World War, like like young German men going to war, and they think it's gonna be great, and they're gonna like be like these national heroes, and they show up in like the trenches, and they're realizing that it's actual dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
And they remade the movie, and it's a very long movie. It's like nearly 3 hours long. It's not like action, action, action the entire time. It's like it focuses on the main character and like how he deals with everything. And it's like you would like it because it's very gory. It's real. I mean, it's real, and it doesn't really have love in it because like there's no women in this war. But it's like it's really like you should watch it. It's on Netflix. German movie, and I think they won an Oscar or something like that.
Is it slow in the beginning?
If it's what?
Is it slow in the beginning? It's because you said it's a long movie.
I want to say like the first, I don't know, 20 minutes. It's a build up. It's like
Mm-hmm.
kind of gives you a context, but after that, like you're in the war. Like it has like here and there has scenes where it's kind of slow, but it's interesting because it shows you, or it tries to show how it was for young German men in that war, because like the trench war was one of the worst kinds.
I will watch that movie if you watch Hateful Eight.
Okay, if I watch a movie tonight, Hateful Eight it is. Is it on Netflix?
I believe so. I will say though, Hateful Eight is very long, and it picks up. Like it's kind of slow in the beginning because you're like meeting the characters and stuff. So if you woke up at 3:45, I don't know if you would fall asleep or not.
Yeah, maybe I'll watch it another day then. I'll see if it's available, and I'll determine how long it is and at what time I start the movie.
Yeah, I remember the first time I saw it. Me and my friends, it was rated R, and we were too young to go to a rated R movie by ourselves. So we bought tickets for a different movie and then just walked into that movie. The movie started at like 11 o'clock. We didn't even get out like of the theater until like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like a 3-hour movie.
Yeah, 2.5, 3 hours.
But the ending is crazy, just like a Tarantino movie.
Okay, but he's like, Tarantino is known for his foot fetish and the overuse of blood, fake blood.
It's so awesome.
What, the foot fetish or the overuse of blood?
The blood, it's just so great. It's like, I mean, what do you expect when someone gets shot? There's gonna be blood, you know?
I mean, I think Tarantino is one of the best, like, directors ever live, but sometimes it's like there's only one who can do it like this.
Yeah.
Like that one scene when they have the shootout in the house at the end of Django Unchained. You're like, how is it possible that the entire house from inside is sprayed red if it's just bullets? Like, there's no way that this is realistic.
And he shoots Samuel L. Jackson in the knee and stuff. It's just like so... Or like when Leonardo DiCaprio gets shot by... What's his name? I can't remember his name.
Dr. Schultz.
Yeah. And he by like the tiny little pistol. It's just such a great movie. I love that movie.
Yeah, it's great. Just like this episode. Fantastic. I think we should bring this to an end because I feel like I'm getting a bit tired. The 3:45 is starting to show up, creep up more and more. And it is getting late and we need to eat. But I will definitely watch, hopefully till the next recording, Hateful Eight.
We'll come back with a review for both.
Okay, darn it. Now I have to watch it. I'll write down my notes during the movie. I'll be like, first scene, I like. Second scene, could be better.
And then I'll watch All Quiet on the Western Front.
Yes, sir. Well, to anyone who was brave enough to listen the entire episode, thank you so much. I am so sorry from my side.
Peace to you.